It all started on November 2023. Selena, an old lady on TikTok, decided to read the Quran and the Jewish Bible to educate herself about the happenings in Palestine. Selena has been one of the vocal voices on TikTok, calling for the end of the current hostilities. A little backstory that might interest you about Selena. She joined TikTok back in October 2023, as many older generations seem to be doing recently, to watch videos and laugh or post her videos. To anyone who visits her page, she has done the latter pretty well. She posts random videos from her trips to the park, her encounters with people, and even trending videos on the internet. Selena was living the average retirement age life for someone her age, albeit a little more adventurously in her van home.
This is my fourth TikTok. We're off to Greengrass Park today.
Amongst some of Selena's previous videos, there were a few where she was vehemently opposed to the idea of Muslim immigrants from the Middle East getting asylum in Europe and other Western countries. Well, this is not out of the ordinary, as she was just sharing in the bias of the average Westerner, except that Selena has empathy, something that will later become evident in her videos. Selena became vocal in her support for the Palestinian people, like most empathetic people were doing. To her, it wasn't just a one-off thing, but a continuous effort to lend her voice to the support of victims. Gradually, her reservations about Muslims dissipated as she came to terms with the realities of many Muslims, especially the ones in Palestine. And on the night of November 11, 2023, a paradigm shift occurred when Selena decided to read the Quran. And no, she didn't read the Quran alone. She also took the Jewish Bible for more nuanced information.
Everything happening in Gaza and Israel at the moment, I thought I needed to educate myself a little bit more. As much as I can research things about Israel, things about Gaza, I know some of the history over the years since...
In the end of the superiority of the Quran, as the authentic holy book played out again, as Selena came back asking questions, looking for better understanding and clarifications. Gladly, some of her Muslim followers provided this before she proceeded further in reading the Quran.
I've started reading the majestic Quran, and I already have questions. I've had so much love and support on this already, and I haven't really started it. I'm a bit overwhelmed by it, but we'll keep going.
After a couple of days of studying the Quran and a few pages in, Selena had this to say.
Last night, I don't have these feelings. I don't have a religion. Last night I did go to bed feeling, what's the word? Relaxed, comfortable, warm. Yeah, warm. I've only read a really small piece of the Quran so far, and I'm really enjoying it.
It took Selena just a few days to become fully immersed in the Quran, such that she was always excited and intrigued to share a new thing she learned.
I just had to come on here quickly because a couple of you have said to me now, open a page randomly in the Quran, and see where it takes you. So I did that, and this is where it took me.
As she went deeper and deeper into the Quran, and the answers she got from Muslims trying to provide answers to her questions, it started to dawn on Selena that she was staring at the truth. Not only the true religion, but the true way of life.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought that I would find the truth in the Quran? With all the elements that we have in civilization and the universe, the Quran manages to capture it all. Now, there's no way, all those years ago, when the Quran was put together, that they would have known any of this. Wow. I am absolutely gobsmacked.
After 6 days of reading the Quran, Selena now had enough information to tell everyone that the propaganda against Islam that has been going on for ages is totally wrong, and it is the work of people with an agenda holding on to small parts of the Quran, especially with jihad that has been a weapon to mischief makers for a long time.
I found myself 6 days ago picking up the Quran. This is the one I'm currently reading, and it has blown me away. There is so much backlash and untruth being told about the Muslims. I can't believe I listened to my government for so long. So corrupt, so wrong. And they take parts of the Quran and just twist it to make it sound like they are right. Well, I'm here to tell you today, they are wrong. They are completely wrong. Now, doesn't that give you an idea of what they're talking about? They're not talking about they want to go to war. They will only do it in defence. They can't strike first. They won't strike first. And if you notice, they won't push this religion on you either. They will encourage you. If you find it, you pick it up. Oh my goodness, I've had so much encouragement so far.
After exactly a month of studying the Quran, asking questions, getting answers, and doing further research, on the 11th of December 2023, Selena posted that she had decided to take the Shahada, and she felt so at peace with it. She didn't stop there. Using her journey through an innocent decision to read the Quran and the Jewish Bible as an example to get more nuance on the conflict in Palestine, she encouraged everyone to follow the trend of picking up and reading the Quran, and they will be happy they did.
You have made this journey an absolute dream. When I started making these videos with my journey on the Quran, I had no idea where it was going to take me. I really thought I would get through the Quran and then I would go off to the Jewish Bible, read that, and compare the two and understand where everything was coming from. And it's happening like in Israel and Gaza and things like that now. I understand a lot more of us now are picking up the Quran. I encourage everyone to pick up the Quran. You don't have to follow the religion and you don't have to go and become a Muslim, but please just open the book, just read a little bit from the book. You'll be surprised how peaceful it is.
Selena's partner, who has had a front seat in her journey, so far decided to read the Quran with her, and after witnessing her taking her Shahada, he wants to take his own too.
After my partner witnessing my Shahada, he now wants me to read the Quran to him, and he wants to take his on his birthday so that he's got that significant birth and new birth coming around.
Selena and her partner are both Muslims now and have slated their nikah for January. They will also participate in the next Hajj as a couple. Alhamdulillah for the life of Sister Selena, who went on a solo quest and is ending it in the best of way with her partner by her side. She was not a religious person, but when she decided to become a Muslim, she didn't do it alone. Rather, she brought someone along with her. MashaAllah.